maybe learned some things to clean up after last week?
The response? Pleased? I wouldn't say pleased. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do. I would say what I do like is guys staying after to watch film together, because I feel like when a lot of units watch the film separately, they can't really, I want to say, be on the same page as their counterparts. So like if the D-line watches the film away from the linebackers, but there's a certain perspective they have, we don't get that same perspective from not watching with them. So we watched it with them, and I feel like everybody's on one page now. You feel what I'm saying?
Is that rare? Does that not always happen? Or does that happen occasionally? When
It's not. I wouldn't say it's rare, but it happens. So like the D line to get together, because it's more than just the run that we're going to watch, and us working our games and going through our rushes doesn't have anything to really do with the linebackers. But we'll knock all of that out just together. But we really need to attack the run game with the linebackers, because they'll give us certain calls and certain things that they see, and we need that.
How productive was that?
Very, very, very productive. After practice yesterday, and we're also doing it today. But just so we know what they're thinking. So when we get in certain situations, certain formations that we see, it might be a call that they want to give us of a line movement or anything like that. And we need to know pretty much what they're thinking so we can stay on the same page as them.
Is that something that happens organically, or did somebody call and say, hey, like, let's do
Shaq.
this? It was Shaq's
Yeah, Shaq called it up. He asked me about it, and I thought it was a good idea. And we did it last year, later on in the season, but it's best that we knock it out now.
What was your first reaction?
Kind of knew it. Kind of knew it on the field. I feel like the tackling was poor on the field. So when you see it on the film, I wasn't really surprised. I mean, it is what it is, but at the end of the day, that's something that we can control, we can fix. So I'd rather it be that than something else.
Wouldn't you say you'd rather it be that than something else? What do you mean?
So I'd rather it be something that we can control rather than a game plan problem or a scheme problem, or as long as guys are doing their job and they're in position to make the play, it's just for the play to be made now. So I feel like that's something that we can fix and that's something that we can control.
So what are the steps to fixing that? Like what exactly do you work on in practice?
I would mainly say tackling is always a fundamental you should work on. I mean, like I don't really care what level you're at. Like you should always work on coming to balance and striking, and you know what I'm saying, and not having your head down. That leads to missed tackles, overrunning the ball. You got to track the back hip. So I would say that's always a fundamental you should work on, and that's something that we're putting emphasis on because we're going against another great back, as what we did last week with Nick Chubb. So that's that.
How does Saquon look this year?
On film?
Yeah.
Great.
As opposed to, because he was kind of working his way back from that injury, and but now he's back to what he was.
Yeah. He looks good. He looks good. He looks good. But like I said, we're all great backs. The best way to contain them, neutralize them, whatever you want to call it, is to have as many hats at the ball as possible, and pretty much just swarm them with physicality and speed. Hey, Jack, nice to meet you. How do I plan on doing what? Getting to the ball. Going into the week?
Yeah.
You had a double-headed question. Which one do you want?
I want to know what's the thought process going into a week, going to face a great offensive run game like New York.
The thought process of going into the week.
I just want to know why he didn't put on the FX.
Because we had a bet that I didn't uphold to, and that's why I didn't do it. So yeah, what was your question again? I got distracted. Sorry.
What is the thought process going up against a good run team like New York?
I would say being disciplined, swarming to the ball, and really hitting the hell out of Saquon. Yeah, I think that's how you should do every offense.
Is this a tough week to get that run defense healthy when you're facing a guy like him?
Getting it healthy?
I mean, like you said, you're trying to get things right and get 10 hats to the ball or whatever, going against a premium back.
Yeah, like I said, any back. Like, shoot, I mean, I think we got one of the best backs in the league, but if we were going against Christian, you have to surround him with hats because they're likely to make the first tackle a miss. So if he makes a miss, you got to have your brothers behind you to clean up that mess. So if we can get as many hats around him as possible, I think that would pretty much contain him.
Not to oversimplify, but is that as simple as effort thing? It's like, why didn't it happen last week?
Like I said, I mean, I feel like hats were around the ball, but it may come down to angles. I don't think we tracked the back hip enough. I think it was a lot. We overran a lot of the runs and wasn't in position. So I mean, that's something that we put emphasis on this week and we worked on today, coming to balance, tracking the back hip, and pretty much securing the tackles.